And we're ready to go live. We are live. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Monday, November the 21st, 2022, the one and only day that it'll be November 21. Make the most of it. Thank you for joining me here from now Calgary, Alberta. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce, Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to all the members of this channel. Chilling with Uncle Bruce members, Gold Bagel members, subscribers to this channel, the lurkers out there. I know you're out there. You're watching. Great to have you here. Thank you for those of you who have just taken it upon yourselves to hit the thumbs up button, not even waiting for me to beg for thumbs up. You just given me thumbs up. Thank you all putting this show on the momentum track. I do appreciate it. Look, this morning, I was looking around for news and checking different things out, and I happened to look at YouTube, and I was loading up the show, and I took care of the Gold Bagel member update show that we do first, and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, I come across this link. Hey, Ryan Cohen interview. I'm going, what? An interview? And I found the video, and I started watching it, and I sent a link out to everyone right here on this channel, and also on this show, and also on the previous show. I put a link out there for any of you who are interested in seeing Ryan Cohen speaking to another individual. Now, look, the video that I link you folks into is not a channel that I know of. It is not an interviewer that I know of. I'm going to guess that it's possible the interviewer is connected with GameStop in some form or manner, but I didn't care. I really wanted to see Ryan Cohen speak about anything GameStop, his objectives, his hopes, wishes, dreams, aspirations, his background, his philosophy on investing, whatever. Just talk, please talk. And he did. And I'm happy that that has been done and released. I'm very pleased. The video had 90-something thousand views when I caught it. I don't know if it'll go in any way viral. I don't know where it originated. My hunch is that this interview was done on a website somewhere, maybe on a podcast, maybe. I don't know. But it has made it now to some channel, and it's out there. So the link is above. One of the first things I did, and if you're interested in checking out this interview, away you go. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. So also, as of Saturday, the Wall Street Journal, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal, an interview with Ryan Cohen, and it was about Ryan Cohen, the so-called, I don't know, they refer to him as sort of a secretive billionaire kind of guy. I saw that first. I saw that Saturday when it came out, and read it, and learned a few little things that I suspected but didn't know for sure, but it wasn't like earth-shattering. And then this live interview was far more entertaining and far more informative. Is that the word I'm going to say? I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers now. This is 2 things in 3 days. I'm kind of wondering, is it possible that he has decided that it's the best course of action going forward now for himself, GameStop, and whatever else he wants to get involved with? Is this the course of action he's going to start to take now? Is he going to be a little more public? He's going to be more selective. He's going to come out once in a while with granting an interview to a print journalist, or granting maybe a one-on-one, something like this. Mr. Cohen, if you are watching this channel, or anyone that knows him personally would like to have a chat with a generally speaking, a fairly bald 67-year-old guy who talks about GameStop all the time. You just named the time, the day and the time. and we'll just go live whenever you want. I generally go on an hour before the market opens, and I'm on for the first hour of trading, and then I'm on the last hour of the afternoon. But if you'd like to do a live session with me or a recorded session with me that we can air whenever you're happy it airs, I'd be more than happy to accommodate you. I'm very flexible. And this is not, I'm not Mike Wallace from 60 Minutes. I'm very eager to have a chat. If you'd like to have a chat, that would be really nice. Uh, Tell me what you want to talk about, or no, or not. You want to just go in cold and just chat like we, from ground floor, or do you want to have a chat before privately and then go on? Whatever you want. I'm more than happy to work with you on this. I think more information is better than less. I think being more open is smarter and more effective than being closed in. And I can imagine, though, that there's been days where he's, felt, I know people would like me to talk, but I don't have anything to say. So there's no reason for me to go on here. On the other hand, some of us have questions that might come to you out of left field that you may or may not want to field. If it's a live interview and viewers are here, my members are here, they may want to put in a few comments, and hey, if you want to address those, that would be great. Now you can react to an audience of followers here, and that would be absolutely wonderful. Okay. Anyway, let me know. We'll see what's up. It would be a wonderful thing to have you have you join us. So love to like I say, chat with you about whatever is on your mind. Certainly, GameStop would be, kind of at the top of our hope for list that you'd like to perhaps, help with us. But we understand there's certain things you can't talk about because of SEC regulations and restrictions. We get that. We'll respect that. We'll not be angry or frustrated or mad or whatever if you can't share certain thoughts on certain topics. It's okay. We're good with it all. Thank you again, all of you out there who are watching today. You lurkers out there, you members out there, thank you all. We've just gone members only chat just to make sure we don't get any more trolls. I'm playing with fire when I leave the chat wide open to the street, because you never know, the next troll that's going to come in. So far, so good, but just want to be safe rather than sorry. Thank you all for following us. GameStop shares this morning are 27.60 last I saw, down 16 cents, nothing serious. Although I did see a spike in the price to 27 something, but I don't know if that's real or not. We've only had I don't even know if we've had any serious volume in the pre-market. I really do not know. It doesn't appear to be anything dramatic. If any of you have a more update quote than I've got, please let me know. But I think I was showing 27.60 up until 5 minutes ago, but there's a spike in the chart that might indicate it's over 27. No, that is 27. I don't know. It's so thinly traded. I can't tell you. All right. Anyway, there you have it. There's the story, and we'll go from there. As far as markets go, the entire markets in general, we've had a negative bias all morning. Terribly negative? No. Massively sell-off negative? No. We're down 21 points now on the Dow at this moment in time, with now 50 minutes to go, I guess. We're up 14 points in the S&P, 63 down on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is off 0.54 of a percentage point, half a point. S&P down a third, the Dow not even a tenth of a percentage point. Oil off 58 cents to 79.50. This has made some headlines. Breaking the $80 barrier has caught the attention of some writers for financial publications, and this is making waves. This is flying in the face of all the prognosticators and all the shills and all the promoters that the oil and gas business perhaps has hired, perhaps agencies have hired. Hang on, I just plugged that in. We have had a parade of analysts who, wherever they can get interviewed, whether they're even paying to be interviewed, I don't know. But We have had a massive parade of analysts all through the fall, like late summer and fall, appear everywhere, telling us, to give us the illusion that oil is going to be hard to come by, it's going to be short in supply, the logistical thing isn't there, and to expect a massive price increase because of the harsh winter coming. I don't know where they're getting this harsh winter from. Perhaps they're looking at Buffalo. Buffalo got a lot of snow. But there were some gorgeous photos of Buffalo, the next day with pure sunshine, with snow everywhere. It was a beautiful winter scene. Buffalo's dealing with it okay. They can handle 6 feet of snow. They don't like it, that they can work on it. They work on it. They are used to this. In any event, we were supposed to see $120, $130 a barrel oil. That was the talk. Even radicals were going $150 a barrel. Unfortunately, the world economy has thrown a curveball to these projections because it is now evident that not only is China in a slowdown internationally, China is in a slowdown domestically, a massive, massive miss on domestic consumption of goods and services. Chinese people, consumers, let's say Chinese consumers, are holding back just like everywhere else. They are very astute. They know that they've heard the rumors, or they know about maybe family members or extended members of their clans that might have been laid off at certain factories, or there are issues in certain cities in China with regard to work environment, lockdown scenario, and people have walked off the jobs and they've gone home for a while and said, when you get your act together, I'll come back, but I'm not going to play this game of I go to work in a factory to build whatever I'm building, and 3 hours into the shift, we get an announcement saying we can't go home because this factory in the city I'm in is in a lockdown, and I'm now stuck inside this factory until the quote authorities, whoever these guys are, give us the all clear that we can now leave because of a virus outbreak somewhere a block away or whatever. And it's kind of this: I have to live, eat, sleep in this factory now for upwards of what, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no end in sight, no idea, no communication, and no rights. These folks are saying, screw this. I'm not interested in playing this game. I'd rather be locked up at my house with my family and my children, my mom and my dad, my grandma and grandpa, rather than this garbage. And so a number of people over there have had enough, and it's not just a couple million. This is a huge number of people who have just said enough's enough. We're not interested in playing this game, and they're pulling back. Well, this is affecting the Chinese economy domestically in a big way. We know real estate in China is in trouble. We already know that, just like real estate's in trouble in North America. We now are finding that the Chinese consumers are not buying with abandon anymore. And this holiday season is just not working out. And so this is causing the GDP of China to miss its estimations, which comes back to oil. The amount of oil to be consumed by China for factory usage, secondary products usage, creation of perhaps all kinds of spin-off products that petroleum is part of, because oil is in everything, hundreds of products. We're looking at a pullback, and it might be 1%, half a 1%, 2%. It doesn't have to be 20% pullback for the price of oil to back off. A 1% miss in targets for deliveries right from the base, right from the wellhead, is catastrophic for the futures market. Catastrophic. Even if you were, 1,000 barrels short a day of what the world needs, price will spike. But even being short 1,000 barrels a day, price will plummet. Well, we're not short 1,000 barrels a day. It's now several millions a day estimated that the world is awash in crude. It's beginning to seem that way. It's beginning to appear that way, that certain areas of the planet have a lot of oil that they don't need anymore right now. They don't need increase in production. And now sellers of oil, those who sell it, are scrambling to keep contracts going and keep flows running. And that means a price war. And where's the war at? It's the price war between the Russian crude, which is now technically illegal to buy, and the regular crude that's out there that's exported. And we have got Russian oil available in, you want to send a tanker to the Black Sea, meet another tanker in the water, and then have pipes transfer oil from one ship to another at sea. You want to play that game, and then take the oil, to where you're taking it to. You can buy that oil for maybe 35% off the world price. Russia is offering oil on sale, and the buyers are Turkey, India in particular, big buyers. Saudi Arabia is a huge buyer of oil. I have said this before, again and again and again. Saudi Arabia buys Russian oil, brings it to Saudi Arabia, puts it into the system to deliver it to their electrical plants where they produce electricity with the burning of oil. This is how basic Saudi Arabia is. If you think they're an advanced country, think again. They burn oil to make electricity. So does Iran and many other OPEC countries. They just burn this stuff. Want to talk about global warming? The oil the Saudis are burning off is Russian oil, because it is a third less than the regular price. They're selling their oil at world prices to world clients. No bans on that product. But the importation of Russian oil to burn it for electricity keeps Saudi Arabia ahead of the rest of the area with the lowest energy costs. Their electricity rates are incredibly cheap because they're buying oil at such a discount. In India's case and Turkey's case, in particular Turkey is an economic basket case, and they need every advantage they can get their hands on because they have got their Turkish lira plummeting against the US dollar. Inflation is 100% a month. Turkey is an economic basket case. So if they can get Russian oil for a third off, they're going to buy it because they can't afford the regular price. They can't afford US dollar transactions even. Now you've got India, the second largest population in the world for world population. They are buying Russian oil under the table as well. They are no allies of the United States or Europe right now when it comes to sanctions against Russia. India has not played ball, and they've taken advantage, or are trying to take advantage, of discounts of Russian material, raw materials at discounted prices to make a go of it, because India is a basket case economically as well. Always has been. It's still a basket case. There's great potential in India, tremendous potential in India to do business. Unfortunately, for them, they want to pretend to be like Switzerland, like we like to get along with everybody. It's not working. Certain countries are a little upset with India's games, what they're up to. In any event, the other country, the other country definitely buying Russian products, big time, is China. China trade with Russia is tremendously high, and so the Chinese are buying Russian goods to give Russia currency to go out there and keep buying bullets. And it blows my mind that you have these G20 guys get together, the G20 presidents and dictators and everything else, and they sit around a big table to talk about economic cooperation, when in reality the Russians are at war with the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians are supported by NATO, pretty well all of the rest of Europe. And then you have the Chinese in bed with the Russians. You have all these backstabbers going on, and everybody poses for a picture at the G20 like everything's fine. It's unbelievable. There's wars going. There's a war going on between countries that are at the same table trying to make business deals, and these are the same countries trying to negotiate a climate change arrangement. It's just laughable. It is completely laughable. The lengths with which countries and will go, to lengths that countries will go to promote their own special interests, talk one way and do something else on the other is absolutely pathetic. And if we tried to get away with that kind of behavior in grade school, when I was in grade school, they still had the strap there. They still had the ruler. you can't hit a child in school now. No kid can get a beating in school anymore, but we could. And of course, there was dad waiting for you at home with the belt if you caused problems. The world today is almost laughable in certain areas with certain countries. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And we regular folks, on top of all that garbage that's going on by our so-called leaders, we then get these goofball people who want to run for political office to try to tell us that there are the goofiest things going on that we're supposed to be gullible for. We are seen to be patsies and seen to be gullible idiots that will believe anybody for anything whatsoever. It's incredible how upfront this deception is. It is so blatant, and I don't know how to stop it. I don't know what to do against it, other than try to ignore it. I don't know what to make of it. If people try a grassroots program or movement to try to, oppose some of these, and they get labeled traitors to their own country, which just blows my mind, because the people trying to run for office are traitors to their own country in a way, in some cases. But again, there's no consensus. It's the divide and conquer mentality is alive and well in so many areas. For you guys, the good news is you don't have to care about any of it. You want to make some money and take care of your bills and get ahead financially and say goodbye to your day job and take control of your life. You have the power in your hands to do so. You need only be motivated to get on with it. Bill Cohen, thank you, Bill, for this donation. China, you cannot trust any information. It's much worse than they say. I hear you, buddy. China is a basket case. I mean, look, there are analysts on TV who they'll read off an economic communique or a statement that says something like GDP in China for the fourth quarter is expected to be so and so, and the government of China estimates the first quarter and the second quarter to be such and such and such and such. They'll kind of give economic forecasts, at least they try to, and then the commentators will go, "I don't trust this piece of paper as far as I can throw it." I don't even know why they're reading it. Why is it even getting airtime? It is complete fiction. It is complete propaganda from the Communist Party. I guess you want to be open and transparent about what they're saying. Okay. And give me a warning that it's coming from the Chinese government website or news source. Give us a heads up. But, I don't know. How do you trust Turkey's economic forecast? How do you trust Iran's economic forecast? I mean, it's ridiculous. It is just laughable. And then all the nonsense going on, the Iranians supplying drones to the Russians, who are now bombing mercilessly the Ukrainian power grid and all that. I mean, the war is spreading. It's a world war through proxy. All right. The Iranians are at war. The Russians are at war. The Turks, the Americans, NATO, that's 20 plus countries, including Canada, all the Western European countries, we're all at war in Ukraine against the other side. China supporting Russia, which is getting support from Iran, which is getting support from Syria, and it's a world war. And we're all making nice, and these leaders all wear suits and ties and formal attire at these summits, and they all shake hands. Everyone's smiling, but in the back, back home, plots are going on to annihilate the other's army, and the Ukrainians are paying an incredible price. It's unbelievable. Well-educated population, hardworking people, loved the world over. Ukrainians, there are Ukrainian communities all around the world. One of the largest in the planet is in Canada. Canada and Ukraine are tight. I would imagine that more Ukrainians live in Canada than any other country on the planet, believe it or not. And around these parts, Ukrainian support is never ending. I know that in June, July, Jennifer and I were in Europe for actually part of May, June, and July. We were in Europe, and I remember being in Berlin at the Brandenburg Gate on a Sunday afternoon. And there's a Starbucks right nearby the gate. You can sit down and have a coffee, and you're watching people going about their affairs right at the Brandenburg Gate that is not even 100 yards away. And there was a fundraising drive going on to raise funds for Ukraine, and there were rallies being held. And this was late May. This would be early June. And the war had only just started. I mean, this war is not even 8 months on, whatever it is. And here we were, this is now 5 months ago. So it was a few months into it, and the Russians were moving. They were making their moves. And Germany was flying the Ukraine flag everywhere. I mean, that Ukraine flag was everywhere in Berlin. They are behind these guys because they know the alternative. If any country knows what it's like to have the Russians come to your hometown, Germans know. The Germans absolutely know. Every great-grandparent, grandparent, and many, 60-plus-year-olds and older know the alternative to not having the Russians come to your town is having the Russians come to your town. And having the Russians come to your town is not a good thing, because you are guaranteed to now be dealing with all kinds of other problems rather than just the bombs going off. You've got all the other bullshit going on. And we've been reading about this, and there is no outrage from the American press about what kind of war crimes are being conducted by the Russians in Ukraine. It is a silent, acknowledged thing, but no one seems to talk about it. And you certainly are not ever going to hear about this in the U.S. election campaign. You're not going to hear anything. All you're hearing about right now about Ukraine in the U.S., one of the things you're hearing about in the U.S. about Ukraine is how the Republicans want to back off and not support them anymore. They want to back off from being involved. I have no words to describe that attitude towards the Ukrainians who are being invaded by these guys. I cannot understand the concept of any Republican leadership supporting the idea that we are not going to support Ukraine anymore. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not a Republican or a Democratic issue. It has nothing to do with domestic politics in America. It shouldn't have anything to do with the right or the left. Nothing. Blue state, red state, nothing. What blows my mind is the reality of the situation is, if you take a look at the U.S. defense industry as a whole and take a look at where in the United States physically defense contractors are located, where missiles are made, bullets are produced, artillery, personnel carriers, everything, anything and everything military. If you got a map of the United States of America and found out where all these factories are that produce everything from boots to helmets to whatever, they're in just as many red states as blue states. There are just as many Democratic voters working for defense contractors as there are Republican voters. As a matter of fact, I would bet you that in red states, that defense contractors who operate in red states probably have a bigger impact on the state's GDP than they would in blue states, because blue states are generally more populated, like New York and other states, versus smaller Midwest states. And the Republicans are actually against supporting Ukraine, which means that there could be, theoretically, contracts lost for defense contractors to supply armaments and other goods to the Ukrainian people and its military. And this could cause layoffs. in red states where their voters are. It's amazing. I can tell you that the U.S. defense industry, they are. If you think that the medical community in the United States is organized, and you think that the tobacco industry has lobbyists, you have no idea the incredible lobbying efforts done by defense contractors. The biggest spender of U.S. taxpayers' money every year is who? The Pentagon. And the largest military budget in the planet, the Pentagon budget. So these guys have got lobbyists all over the place. I mean, every single congressman, every senator, every governor, every legislator in states, they know they have their local guys and girls that come and visit them on a very frequent basis. They remind them of how economically vital they are to their communities and how many jobs they create and how much taxes these employees pay and so on and so forth. And God help you if you are a politician that is in the crosshairs of the military publicity machine. If they're against you, you have got problems from 25 angles. You have no idea how deep in these guys operate. And it's been this way since the 50s, the 60s, because U.S. checks don't bounce. U.S. government checks to contractors don't bounce. And a U.S. contractor making shells for the U.S. military has got a really good gig going on, and they can go to their bankers in their local areas and get loans for a factory addition or for upgrading the plant or whatever they need to do. No problem whatsoever, because we know where your revenue comes from, and that's a pretty good source of income. That's the name of the game, kids. Sorry to say, we have a world war going on right now, and part of it is in your hometown, in your state, in my country, Canada too. We make weapons in Canada. Yeah, sure do. We sure darn right we do. Canada makes armaments as well, and so does Russia, and so does Iran, and so does India, and so does Pakistan, and so does everybody else. The one business that you can count on is the defense industry on a global basis. Every country has reasons to want to have their own domestic-based defense business, and it is the one you can count on each and every time. And any politician, any wannabe politician that wants to become elected, that wants to, as their platform, cut back their military and their country, I have not seen them get elected. I've not witnessed the population at large say, that's a good idea. I think we should cut our defense budget by 25%, and we should cut back the number of generals and colonels and all these stupid contracts that are going out for all these expensive items to the military. No one gets elected on that. You can complain all you want, but no one gets elected on that platform. It's the opposite. And we used to blame it on the commies. Remember, in the 50s and the 60s, you were a communist if you wanted the Pentagon to be cut back a little bit. I mean, you were absolutely the worst. You were anti-American all the way through. Today, you can be anti-American and claim to be an American. It's incredible. Maybe that's one of the strengths of America, that some people out there can run on a platform that is so anti-American, and they get elected. It's amazing. I guess if you accuse one American of being less of American than you are, but you're a goofball yourself, that's the winning formula. It used to be you were either with us or against us when it came to the communists. It was really simple. It was really easy. It's not that easy anymore. It's much more complicated. I don't want to go there. Thank you all for hanging out with your buddy. Thank you for these thumbs ups. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us today. I personally expect the markets to not have a good couple of weeks coming up. I just don't see the rest of November and December being all that great for the markets as a whole. Too much information coming out that is causing, in my humble opinion, the smart money in the ivory towers up there to say, hey, we're seeing weakness, economic weakness. We're seeing economic weakness at various levels. We're seeing it at the retail level, where you and I go shopping retail. They're beginning to notice that Christmas shopping is not as robust as one had hoped. There are already signs that North Americans in particular, and certainly Europeans, are cutting back how much they're going to spend this year. They have set budgets. More and more people have set budgets this year on a per person basis, and it's lower. It might be 10% lower, 5% lower, 20% lower, whatever the number, but folks are holding cash back. Americans had a year ago a lot more money in savings than they have today on a per person basis. And it is now much lighter, much less. And the inflation rate of whatever you want to call it, the official rate of 8%, but go to your grocery store and you're looking at 30% higher prices. You know how the difference is. Americans are going, wait a minute. My savings, I thought, and the way I was saving money and so on, I thought I had 3 to 6 months of protection. So if I get laid off, or if the company I work for gets bought up by somebody else and they let a bunch of us go, or whatever the problem is, I'm good for so many months. These folks are now looking at going, this has been cut in half. The inflation rate is so high now, the costs to me for what I need to do have risen so much and are going to rise because my mortgage is coming due for a rollover. Our savings are way too inadequate for what we wanted to be protected for. And this is being done. This is happening in all 50 states. There is no area of America that is protected from it, or in Canada. There's no area in Canada you can avoid it. There's no area in Europe you can avoid it. Nothing in the UK, for sure. In the UK, there's no way to avoid it. The dollar, the purchasing power of your currency is less today than it was last month, last quarter, last year. And it's going to be less next quarter and next year. And we know this. We're buying into it. More of us have now bought into this notion that, it's going to get worse. Prices of everything are going higher, and that's accelerating. And we are noticing more and more labor contracts being negotiated. These publicly, released figures that we are hearing about when it comes to union contracts, pilots for airlines. Right now, the rail unions are in total disarray. That was supposed to have been solved 3 months ago. It is not solved. There is still the possibility of a national rail strike in the United States. There's a possibility of airline strikes across the United States. There's all kinds of issues here. And unions with power, those who have power, are looking for huge increases in pay. Smaller groups of employees are on their own, but more and more examples are coming out, even from these viewers of this channel. Many of you are letting me know the kind of pay raises that you're hearing about in your area, your community, your state, your province, your country. This is embedded. This means inflation is embedded into the economy. If employees are getting 8 or 10% pay raises here and there, that is adding to inflation in that region. That's the bottom line, because the corporation that is paying more money out for wages has to bring that capital in to cover that expense increase. How are they going to do it? They either produce product at a far lower cost, which means they lay off a tenth of their employees to give the rest of them a raise, or they raise prices, or a combination of both. And that could be going on. So on the one hand, the folks at the Federal Reserve are going, this is great. If there are layoffs happening, that is going to scare off people from becoming aggressive with their spending. They're going to feel that they might get laid off too. They'll back off on their spending. That will cool inflation. That means this is working for us. The economy is overheated on certain areas. But the bad news is, if the inflation rate is embedded into labor contracts and price, people will pay a higher price for services and goods because they just expect to pay more. That's bad news for the Fed, because now higher rates aren't solving the problem. And there's the two back and forth we're going here right now. It's a tough one. We have 18 minutes to go before we open for trading. I've been yapping more than enough today. Thank you all for coming by. It's all about Ryan Cohen today. It's Ryan Cohen Day. Congratulations to anyone who's a Ryan Cohen fan, who follow him and have enjoyed his effect on your wealth, hopefully positively. He is out there. He has gone in front of a camera. He's been in front of a camera on an interview, which I have linked on this channel in my chat here. Matter of fact, I think I'll try and do it again to give you folks a chance to find this interview. Here it is. Let's see. Let's go. Here is the Ryan Cohen interview. Now, some of you are aware that there was a Ryan Cohen interview that was in the Wall Street Journal. What I'm putting out right now is a Ryan Cohen interview that's on, you can see it on YouTube. There's the link to the interview, and you can go after it if you like. You want to go see it whenever you feel necessary. So you want to kind of copy and paste that or whatever you want to do. And so he talks about his growing up, his dad, his Chewy days, his GameStop involvement, a little bit about a BBB&Y, Bed Bath Beyond. Talks a little bit about the memes, the tweets that he's done, all about the tweets he's done over the last number of years. It was refreshing. It was refreshing to see it. It was very casual. And it's just he's been humanized. I guess there's the word. I guess I'm after. I'm trying to search for a word. It humanizes him, and I'm very pleased that this has been put out. And I would be more than thrilled if he ever wanted to do anything like that here. You name the topics you want to talk about, and let's have a chat. And if he does this elsewhere, even better. I mean, I wouldn't mind the publicity having Ryan Cohen on my channel. Let's be frank. But if he is ever to go on CNBC or somewhere else, could it happen? I don't know. It's very possible he's taking baby steps right now. He's being very cautious, as he should be. He's not just going to walk into a studio and have 15 journalists attack this guy. He's not going to play that game. Smart man. So go where you're respected. Well, that's definitely here. Go where your vision is. We're more than eager to hear it, and anything you want to let the world in on it. Your philosophy on investing and corporate governance and everything else. I mean, a lot of what he talked about on that interview was about how executives are overpaid for what they do, and how a lot of executives run public companies and they don't own a single damn share of the company. That is a stickler with me as well. He's also on the same page that I am when it comes to the fact that hedge funds and major institutional investors do not have to declare short positions to the SEC, to the public. They buy 100 shares of GameStop. They have to declare they own 100 shares of GameStop. They own 1,000. They own 1,000,000. Whatever they own, they have to declare. They short 50,000 shares of GameStop, 500,000, 5 million shares of GameStop or XYZ or ABC, whatever the name of the company is. They don't have to tell anybody. This is bunk. This is absolute garbage. The SEC is a joke when it comes to this rule, and it just doesn't seem to get changed. I don't understand how in the world the retail investment community and anyone who's involved in retail isn't yelling to high heaven how unfair this is. And of course, don't look for Congress to have a session, an investigative session on why institutions don't have to declare their short positions, because they have been effectively bought off with all the super PACs that the investment bankers have put together to reelect these jokers each and every time. The folks on the committee, the so-called congressional committee, that the banking and investment committee, and the one in the Senate, these folks are in the back pocket of the Wall Street brokerage firms. I don't care what you say, because the SEC does jack squat when it comes to transparency with regard to short sales. It is absolutely a laughable joke and an insult to every investor out there that allows these multi-billion-dollar monster outfits, some of which are running trillions of dollars on leverage, to short the bejesus out of whatever they want and not have to disclose it. This is the absolute highway robbery that is allowed. It is unfathomable. And all through the GameStop run up in 2020, 2021, and this year, SEC has done nothing to change this. Absolutely nothing to open the transparency door regarding who's doing what with the short sales. You've always wanted to know why couldn't or why wouldn't Robinhood and other brokerage firms allow you to buy GameStop shares way back when they halted all the trading, wouldn't allow investors to make moves. I have to believe that it had to do with the short seller side of things. And I had to believe that these firms, despite all the claims of trying to protect the capital and protect the investors, they were looking after their core backers. And who are the core backers of even Robinhood? The rest of Wall Street. Prove us wrong. No one can. No one can prove us wrong because there's no transparency for us to investigate it. There's no way you can prove to me that this doesn't happen because you're not opening the books to allow us to prove it, to prove it to me. Not being done. And the SEC is in on this. You want to call them incompetent, lazy. You can always say that. Powerless? No way. They have the power to change this rule at a moment's notice. And the Department of Justice has the opportunity to step in anytime they want for collusion, for all kinds of, gamesmanship going on, all kinds of backdoor dealing. They can investigate all the bank records, all the brokerage records, anytime they want to launch investigation. It's crickets everywhere you go, complete crickets. And what's Congress going to investigate for the next 2 years? What's Congress going to concentrate on? Only thing they're going to talk about. If you go to a press conference, listen to the press conference of the Speaker of the House and any other Republican chair people of committees, what is the investigation that they're going to conduct for the betterment of the United States of America? Hunter Biden. It's the Hunter Biden show for the next 2 years. And all those hedge funds that have paid off all these guys and girls, I've got them to move their attention away from the brokerage community, away from GameStop short sellers and hedge funds, over here to Hunter Biden. Let's do the Hunter Biden show right over here and allow America to be great again and create havoc in the financial world. And that is the bottom line. And if you noticed, do you notice that no one in the press, when it comes to asking these guys questions, SEC people, congressmen, senators, banking committee, investment committee, oversight committees, DOJ, have you noticed that no one, and I mean nobody from the press, any press, ever asks these guys about why is it that you allow hedge funds to short stock in publicly traded companies and not disclose it? When they buy stock, they have to disclose it. Have you ever thought of that? You kind of wonder, huh? It's just so much fun. Anyway, there you go. Mr. Cohen, you are more than welcome to come here, and you would be treated with the utmost respect because I think most of us are fans. We really are. We support this guy. Here's an individual who's he's an insider of this publicly traded company, but I think he is more pro retail investor than almost any other senior guy out there. I don't know. Is Carl Icahn more retail investor than institutional investor? He's an institutional investor himself. Of course, Ryan Cohen with RC Capital, RC Investments, whatever it's called, is obviously an institutional entity. He has to report all his filings as well. all of his trades he has to file. But I get the vibe that he is far more interested in shareholder rights and shareholder information than most others combined. I feel that. Call me, if you've got someone else just as good, great, let me know. But so I'm thinking I would love to see more hedge fund people and senior investment people have the attitude of Ryan Cohen than not, because I think it's a refreshing change. It's certainly out of the norm, and I like his style. I like what he says when he says, "Hey, how many public companies out there are run that are multi-billion, tens of hundreds of billions of dollars in size, that are run by people that don't own any stock in the company and haven't got any of their money, none of their own money, into the stock of the company that they're running?" There are countless examples of that, countless. And these folks make oodles of cash, whether the company makes money or not, because they've hired and engaged the services of analysts, legal experts in the securities trade, compensation committee experts. They spend big money to hire people to tell the company how much these guys should get paid. Well, think about that. You get hired by a CEO, and your little firm gets hired by a CEO to advise him and his board how much he or she should be paid, along with all the other senior executives. Are you going to come to the board and say all these people deserve 90% pay cuts and they should only be paid 1/10 of their salary in cash, and the rest of their salary should be dedicated to stock options only, on merit only? How many do you think who are going to be hired on a contract like that are going to come to that kind of a conclusion? Zero. Nobody. Nah, not a chance. I mean, come on. You want to keep that retainer contract for the next 5 years? You hang your hat on that CEO and make that CEO smile and happy, and so that the CFO and all the other top 1%ers get gobs of capital, tons of cash, expense accounts like you can't believe, access to the private jets, all kinds of expenses paid for, beautiful offices, all the perks of top-notch company, right? And these guys have virtually no other incentive other than some stock options, perhaps. That's secondary to their bottom line. And, it's great. If the market goes up and their stock goes up in price, and they also make millions more on the stock option, gravy train time. But let me tell you, the base contract is pretty damn good. The other one that I love is where these executives set up the deal in such a way that if they get fired, they get 2 years' salary, 3 years' salary, all their stock is vested. They get to walk out the door with hundreds of millions of dollars. I am certain that this has driven Mr. Cohen up the wall when it came to getting rid of the old GameStop people. The old gang from 2019 and 20 that he dumped out, he got out the door. It cost GameStop millions. Millions it cost them, hundreds of millions, tens of millions. These guys, Sherman walked out the door very rich, although he had to give up some stock. He still walked out the door really wealthy. It was the beautiful golden ticket to get the hell out of Dodge. I have to admit that Cohen is on the right track when it comes to executive compensation for performance. No question about it. Look, we are going live in 4 minutes. All right. We're going to start trading here. I'm getting excited. Are you excited? I think we can make money today, tomorrow, the day after. We'll see how this all works out. I think we're not 100% sure, but are we closed on Thursday? Is the market closed Thursday, but open Friday, half a day or something like that? Can anyone tell me that for sure? If anyone can look it up on Google or something, let me know, okay? Because I'm trying to figure out what my schedule is this week. Anyway, we'll see what's going on here. I've got Apple down $1.12 right now at $150. Let's take a look and see what this market is up to. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm going to check a couple of things out here. Thank you all for joining me today, getting through here with us. If any of you would like to have a one-on-one meeting with me this Sunday, I have 3 spots available: 10 in the morning, noon, and 2 in the afternoon Eastern time. If any of you like to have a one-on-one with me, send me a private email. The email address is, the link is down below. Okay. Let me know if you've been taking my classes and you want to get some clarification on some stuff, or you're having trouble kind of understanding certain things. You can engage my services on a one-on-one, and I'll be more than happy to help you go through that. Let me know. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Let's go to the watch list. One quick moment before we start trading. I see Rocket Lab off a nickel here at the last few moments of pre-market. SoFi down 3 cents. Nothing going on. I cannot see a market right now on GameStop. It doesn't show me one. Matterport down a penny. 23andMe down 15. Is that 15 cents? Yeah, 286 right now. Spire is up a couple of cents. ATIP is up 1.5 cents now to 54. Smart Rent up 7 cents. Xterra up 2. Apple down 114. I have nothing on Goldman, Cisco, Tesla. The pre-markets are not coming through for me. ARC Innovation down 29 cents. Microsoft up 17. And Amazon down 19 cents. I have virtually no information coming through on my pre-market right now on Market Watch. There's obviously a glitch in the system. I'm showing the Dow now off 1 point going into the opening. We're talking a nothing burger opening here. So let's see how this works out. We're going to pop up my phone here and see if it shows me truly what's going on. We closed up 199 on Friday on the Dow. Let's see how the market starts off this morning. Welcome one, welcome all from around the world to this YouTuber, Stock Markets with Bruce, with your buddy Uncle Bruce. As we get started for the day here, Bob Iger is back at Disney. After retiring last year, they brought him back to salvage Disney because it's a mess. Guess what? He left it in a mess. Don't know if you know that, board of directors. He didn't necessarily leave the Disney on an all-time high, Anyway, they're bringing him back. Better the devil you know, I suppose, is the mentality. We're now getting ready for the opening here, where I'm hopeful that Larry Titus will ring the bell for us and kickstart this week for us. There it is. Thank you, Larry, very much, buddy. You are the man. Thank you all for being with me today. We've got 154 thumbs ups on this show so far. I appreciate that, everyone. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button in the next few minutes, help us out with a bit of momentum. We look to hit 200 thumbs ups if we can. Thank you. Fantastic. What else is going on here? Splayer saying that my eToro charts are glitchy today. Dietruda, I'm 154, buddy. I'm there for you. Thank you. Avivash says, thank you, Larry Titus, for helping out and being here with us. It's great to see it. It looks like we're closed on Thursday, so the prime time will be a last thing before we start a free day. That's right. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members right here. All you guys, definitely. The market is closed on Thursday and open for the lame duck session on Friday. There you go. Yep, so I will be off Thursday. I won't be on the air on Thursday. Now, if there are some of you who would like a one-on-one and you can make it on a Thursday, but you can't do it on Sundays, give me an email and I'll see if we can accommodate each other for a one-on-one on Thursday. All right. Because it's, I'm in Canada, so it's not Thanksgiving here. We're not going anywhere. I don't know if Jen has any plans for me, but if any of you would like to have a one-on-one with me Thursday or Saturday this week, Thursday or Sunday, pardon me, do let me know. We'll go from there. It's the last weekend for one-on-ones from Canada. The weekend after, we aren't here. We're south, and we'll be setting up there, so I'll keep you posted when I know more. Okay? Thank you all. Nice to have you here. Alberto is Uncle, I'm here so you can continue on. I cheated. I had my bagel early. I hope I don't get sick. I found some mold on one after I ate some. What are you doing? Jeez. Alberto, you take care of yourself. Be good. Oh, my gosh. I hope you're going to be all right. You don't want to eat moldy bagels. That's not a good game plan. Generally speaking, that's not good. I see the Dow up 100 points. Is that what you folks see, by the way? Let me take a look at what I'm noticing on this market. Let's see if I can get this to show up. Get my big ass iPad to wake up. I'm down 29. I show a 29-cent dip on GameStop, but I don't think that's accurate. Something tells me it's not updating at the moment. We got glitches here. You guys got glitches? Anyway, I'm showing the Dow up 100, but I got S&P down 5, Nasdaq down 34, oil down 249 to 77.50. It's goofy. I don't seem to have an update market yet on GameStop. Oh, now I do. 27.23 first trade, or one of the first trades, down 38. 27.31 on this device over here. Dow now up 82. ATIP is off 1.5 cents to 51 cents. Climbed up to 52.5 at the end of the day Friday. This channel, I think, moved ATIP up, I think 4 or 5 cents Friday afternoon in the last half hour of the day. There's so many of you picking off ATIP at these cheap prices. I think you spurred a whole bunch of shorters out there to cover their shorts. And they ran it up to 52 cents quick. Now, these are shorters that probably shorted at 53 and were trying to buy back at 45. These are like penny shorts. These are penny shorters. You scared them. You came in with legitimate buy orders on ATIP on Friday afternoon, and you shook these guys off the tree, and they jumped in to get their stock back because they were nervous that the thing might have popped to 55, 60 cents, and they would have lost money across the board. Now, some of these guys, they're only short 10, 15,000 shares, but some of these players are short 50 to 100,000 shares each on ATIP, because I think there is a death watch on ATIP by shorters. There are shorters out there who have made money all the way down to the 50-cent range, and now they think it can go to zero. Little do they know that the die-hard retail investors that own ATIP, a bunch of them are here, and they're not selling the stock. We expect it to go higher as the company gets its act together and matures out and all. I've talked about all this a million times over. But I'm telling you guys that if you have a few bucks lying around, you got $500 lying around, pick up 1,000 ATIP. You got 3-4 grand lying around, pick up 6,000-8,000 shares of ATIP. Just nibble it up. You will scare the shorters to their core because they are not expecting retail investors to come in to support this stock. When you buy it is when no one wants it. That's now. That's when you buy ATIP. You pick it up here and average your numbers down dramatically. Get your average down to $1 or less. As soon as this thing hits 250, you're laughing. You're just laughing all the way to the bank. Because once it breaks, and you've taken all the stock off the street that could be free trading, it's over. And this channel has enough of a following now, believe it or not, globally, that if all of you guys who watch me, and there are 256 here watching me now, there's probably going to be another 1,000 people watching on the rerun here. You guys talk to each other on Discord and everywhere else, and you hear about different rumors and whatnot. I'm saying that if this channel over the next 2 or 3 weeks nibbles up ATIP down around this 50-cent level, take all the paper you can get your hands off the street down here, this thing will pop back to $1 real quick and could go higher because the shorters are going to run out of cheap paper to get their hands on the short. And they're going to get caught because there are stupid short sellers out there who have shorted massive amounts of ATIP. I mean, millions of shares because they think they're king crap. They think they have a few bucks, and now they have the leverage to short a lot of stocks, so they think they're really important. These folks are going to get their butts handed to them. Even if they lose 15 cents a share, it's going to cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Once this thing starts to run, these guys are going to panic to get back their positions, and their brokers are going to panic for them. They're going to say, you're down 50%. Stock's up 20 cents from 45 to 65. You're down 50% on your money. I want you to cover. Give me cash or cover. I can't borrow the stock for you anymore. That's what I'm expecting could happen on ATIP. My guess right now is the sellers who've sold ATIP in the last month, tax losses. They're just trying to register a tax loss. They have to wait 30 days before they can buy it back. You could screw that plan up by buying up the stock here and watch it pop 20, 30 cents, and all of a sudden nobody has a tax loss, or the tax loss is a lot less because some folks out there are going to cave and going to buy that stock back right away before it pops too much further. That could happen on ATIP. It's oversold, overshorted, overhated, overignored, and could at any time pop 20, 30 cents to 85 cents a buck. Anytime, because it wouldn't take much. Volume on ATIP this morning is 11,900 shares. That's how much have traded so far on ATIP. And it's up 0.3 of a penny right now to 52.9 cents. So those of you out there, you want to put in stink bids at 51, 52, something like that, just put in your stink bids. Put up a little wall of buying. Just put up a wall of buying. And let it come to you if you want. If you see it pop a little higher, you can go to 53, 54. It doesn't matter. You can buy this stuff under 60 cents. You are stealing this paper from people who are going to get their butts handed to them, because this is artificially too low. This company's market cap is $108 million. They have 930 locations, and they have a waiting list a mile long of patients who are desperate to get physical therapy. This is not a company suffering from a lack of demand or lack of places to fulfill the business. No, they're the largest independently operated physical therapy center in the country. And it's 52.5 cents right now. Wouldn't wait too long. I'd grab this up. I'd pick this up and just put it away. Put it away. You don't have to worry about buying an option. You ever thought, oh, I'd love to buy a stock option that's really cheap? Here's one, 52.5 cents. 100 shares will cost you $50. Hello, 1,000 shares, $525. You want to gamble? $525. Give it a shot. I think you're going to be pleasantly pleased the fact that you're going to get more than a 2% return that you can get from your savings account. I think this can go up more than 2% in a year, and or a lot more than that in a week or two or three. In any event, it's just your old buddy Uncle Bruce saying sometimes you got to make moves into stocks where they don't want to go at all, where nobody else wants to go. You go in there, and this is the moment, because the paper's available from people claiming a tax loss. They've got to stay out, though, for 30 plus days. This is your chance to get in here. And so we're at 52.8 now. We're up 0.3 of a penny. We've traded now 14,500 shares. That's all it takes to run this market. If this channel today bought 100,000 shares of ATIP, I think it could go to 60. I think it could go, because you'll scare others into it. But that's just me. If this channel were to buy 1 million shares of ATIP over the next couple of weeks, 75, 80 cent market would not be a surprise to me. Not even in the slice, because these shares are off the street. You guys are going to buy them and tuck them away and hold them. And the flippers out there who want to short and buy back can't borrow it, because it disappears like that. That's what the strategy could be. There might be others thinking exactly the same thing that I'm suggesting, but I'm suggesting it to you now, live, early on Monday morning, just to say, hey, 52.9, we're up 0.4 of a point, 0.4 of a penny on a volume of 31,400. So just that has moved the stock almost half a penny. Like I said, there you go. All right. See what you can do. Okay. Fun times. If it goes to 40 cents a share and you lose a dime, do you care? I mean, really? We're here for a long time, not for a one-day flip. Pick this up, put it away, sit on it, let them get their fourth quarter out, let them get their first quarter out, just let them do it. They got management, they've got people in place now, there's a CEO there. Let's give them a chance to do what they gotta do. And let's pick up this cheap paper. Pick it up. 52.9, we're up just about at 53 cents a share right now. It's one of the few green stocks on my screen. The Dow is up only 11 points now. It's given up this little up blip, probably due to Disney. Disney probably added 50 points apparently to the Dow because of Igor coming in. This won't last. The Disney stock will have a good few days of potential here, and then it'll come back to reality. The reality of the fact that Disney has got a list of nightmares a mile long. They got all kinds of problems, including, I think, this year coming up, union labor contracts that have to be renegotiated. And I have a suspicion that the workers at Disney who run those rides, do those concessions, wear those costumes, 8 to 12% pay raises are coming their way because that's what they're going to ask for. And this is not good for Disney stock. Just saying. 52.9 on ATIP. Tesla down 470 to 175. I think we're going down under 150. Apple 149 under 150 this morning. GameStop 27.50 down a dime. SoFi 517 down a penny. HPQ down 59 to 28.89. Amazon down 16 cents to 93.98. We were holding 100 a week ago. Not now. I don't know if we're going to hold 90 on Amazon. And we're coming into the heart of Christmas right now. Black Friday, this Friday, doesn't look good. Home Depot up 315 at 316 a share. Cisco up a dime. Pfizer down 27 cents. 47.96. Netflix up $1.80 to $2.89. This stock is headed for less than 150. My prediction, a year from now, it will be under 150 a share. There's no way these guys can compete with the Disney Channel and others that are out there against them. I think Americans and the Canadians and others are fed up with these price increases from these guys, offering me less choice and asking for more money. Not going to happen. I think the economy and the world economic order is shifted to the point where Netflix hasn't got the charm anymore that they had in the past. My hunch. IBM down 38 cents. Microsoft up 274. Vanik down 374. Adobe down 155. Goldman down $2. Google up 73 cents. Boeing down 49 cents. Moderna down 240. Meta Platforms down 76 cents. On our former SPACs, ME down 5.5 cents. Rocket Lab down 6. Matterport down 9.5. SmartRent down 6. Spire up a penny, and Cyxtera up a dime. I will bet you, I'll wager that between ME, Rocket Lab, Matterport, SmartRent, Spire, Cyxtera, and at ATIP, I will bet you that the founders of those entities are shareholders of those entities. I will bet you that the senior powers that be own gobs of stock of all of these guys. I will bet you that they all pass the smell test from Ryan Cohen. If Ryan Cohen were to look at those 8 stocks one by one, 8 companies, and analyze them, he would quickly come to the conclusion that these companies are run by the founders of these companies, that these companies are run by people who've been there for years and who would benefit personally very greatly if the shares go up. They are hurting with the shares down here. They're going to benefit dramatically. And you've noted with SoFi, as have I, Noto, and other executives are buying up the stock in their personal accounts, in their own names, with their own paychecks. Every couple of weeks, they're buying up stock. This passes the Ryan Cohen smell test of credibility, of management credibility, whereas other outfits out there, multi-billion-dollar monster companies, are staffed by top people, directorships and so on, haven't got a single share in the company and will not put their own money into it. They'll take stock if they get it given to them as performance, but they're not putting their own paychecks on the line. And there's the difference between someone who's into it. There's a yoink. Jen is here. She knows a yoink when she hears one. Don't go messing with Jennifer. So Jen, we've taken it upon ourselves to jump on ATIP this morning.
Oh, are you? Is that the reason it's green?
It's green. It's up 1.5 cents now to 54 cents. It's flying. 51,000 volume. This channel is stepping in and buying up ATIP.
It's unbelievable.
Why shouldn't we? It's on sale. It's being given away by morons.
Yeah.
There are people who think they're so smart. They think they're such smarty pants that, well, I'll just sell it here and I'll take the tax loss. And then a month from now, I'll buy it back for 25 cents. I'm such a smarty. What they don't realize is they're selling it here and they're going to be able to buy it back at $1.25 because it won't take much to run this market.
Have you talked about that? How it's easier to go from 50 cents to $1 than it is to go from $50 to $100?
Oh God, yes. I haven't mentioned that specifically here, but I know a lot of folks here think that way. Oh yeah, this stock market. I mean, ATIP has in light speed gone from $1.20, $1.30 to 45, 50 cents in light speed within a week or two.
Yeah.
That is too far, too fast, too quick. Okay, so right there, a 50% retrenchment would not be would not be unreasonable. So to go to 75 cents a share would not be a ridiculous recovery bounce. But I think that this stock will run out of tax loss selling the quicker it starts turning the other direction. Because people will go, wait a minute, I don't want to sell it at 54 cents. Because I would like to buy it back at 54 cents and lock in my tax loss. But I got to wait 30, 31 days under the U.S. tax rules, whatever those are. I don't want to.
Right before you can buy it back.
You can't buy it back. And so there's this, well, do I sell it down? If I sell it down here, I have to walk away from it. I might have to walk away. Now, there are those who will do that. And they've been doing that the last week and a half. But I think they're done. I think we've run out.
So
those who wanted out got out, and they're gone. That's it. Now we're left with the day trading and the short traders. Yeah.
Why is that rule? Why is that rule in place? Who does that protect?
It's called a wash trade rule, and under the IRS there were abuses. There were tax abuses going on where people would buy stock and it would go down 5 cents. They'd sell it, and then the next day they'd buy it back and they'd get it, they'd run it back up again and they'd sell it again. And there were games being played on both sides. And I think the tax man just stepped in and said, if you're going to claim a tax loss, then stay out of that issue for a while and prove to us that you're really out. And that's now the 31-day rule, I guess, is what we're doing. I don't know for sure.
So the only person they were really damaging was the IRS.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess the shenanigans were going on to take advantage of it. Yeah.
There you go. That could be.
Now, in certain countries, like in Israel, for example, this is where it's all different. And I kind of like this system. The Israel system.
I think this is so smart.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
so you're in Israel. You're with Beach Boy. And you bought ATIP at 55 cents. And you sell it at 50 cents a couple days later, an hour later, a week later, doesn't matter. And you lost $500. Just pretend, okay? Yeah. You lost $500. The Israeli system is set up in such a way that the moment you lock in the sell, you blew it off, the capital losses are recorded with the government, and you get a 25% credit, $125 as a tax credit to your account. And a week later, $125 shows up in your account as a cash credit. Now,
the reverse is also true.
You buy the stock at 50 cents and you sell it for 55 cents. Okay. And you made $500. All right. You now have a capital gain tax of $125. That comes out of your account. In other words, you made $500, 125 goes to the government. You get to keep 375.
Yeah.
So if you have capital losses that you're locking in and you got capital gains you're locking, they're instantaneous, and they're instantaneously calculated and figured out
all year long.
All the time, so that you don't have this massive thing at the end of the year. There is no year-end tax loss selling. There is no year-end adjustments required. You've been doing the adjustments all year round. This is brilliant.
It's like they know we have computers.
It's like the government knows we have computers. We can figure it out. We can figure this out with your brokerage. With your brokerage firm, we'll link in. And then we'll credit you the money. Here's your tax loss credit. So you lost 10 grand on this stock. Here's $2,500. You lost $7,500 after tax. Okay, there it is. It's all good. Gains and losses are calculated instantaneously on the spot. We're here in North America. It is a garbage game. It is a gunk game of nonsense where you need to hire professionals to help you go through this garbage.
Yeah.
And you can't buy it back for 31 days and you can't do this. It's bullshit. It's what it is. It's crap. I try to keep it PG. Okay.
I agree.
Jen agrees. I'm allowed to say that.
We have computers.
We have computers now.
That are really good at doing calculations. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I bet you.
I would had them for 100 years.
I would bet you that you're never going to get this through Congress or the IRS or the Senate. You know why? Because if you want to have this kind of a system in place, you've taken away all kinds of people's jobs in Wall Street, whose jobs it is to advise the clients on tax loss selling season.
And you've made, for us, RevCan, your partner in your brokerage account.
Well, there's the freedom-loving people out there who don't want government in their lives, except when it's their turn at the trough to get their share of the government money.
You have to.
They don't want to be told how to live their life Monday to Friday and starting January. They only want to deal with government at the end of the year when it comes to the IRS. Well, you set up this game here that we're talking about right now, this shenanigan game of tax loss selling and all this garbage every November and December. And so you like this system? Here it is. I can bet you that in Israel, as an example, and I don't know any other countries that do it because I don't deal with 130 different nationalities on this show. But that system, I think, is a winner, a slam dunk winner. Really, and it's smart and it's instantaneous. And there are no shenanigans because you can't now not pay your taxes. You can't play the game here. It's up. It's done automatically. It's pre-done. You as an individual can relax and go, I haven't got a tax problem at the end of the year. I haven't got a tax problem.
To get that form back from your account before you can file
the paperwork and to sign it and oh Lord, no.
And then you have to agree with it. And what happens if you have a disagreement with what they say?
And what if the IRS accuses you of cheating and it was your financial advisor that screwed up and now you go, the fines. Look at that ATIP. We're up 3 cents a share. 55.6 cents last trade on ATIP.
So 3 cents on a 50-cent stock.
That's right.
6%.
That's right. It's a 6% gain today on good old ATIP. It doesn't take much to come in here, any kind of volume to come in here and shake the tree on the old ATIP because this is so overshorted. You have got to understand that there are likely 10 million shares shorted on this thing from 75 cents to here. All right. Not from $1.75, not from $4. I'm telling you, there are shorters who have shorted this stock in the last month who are giggling over this past weekend, just how they've been able to manipulate this stock and crush it. And you guys have the power to screw these guys. And all you got to do is pick up 500 shares here, 1,000 here, 2,000 here, then nibble up some stock and put it away. Just put it away. Grab it, buy it, put it away. You're under 60 cents a share. You're going to make money. I know you're going to make money. I feel it. I'm certain of it. It wouldn't take much for this stock to take a pop. We're at 56 or something cents, volume of 51,000 shares. We're up 6% on 51,000 shares of volume. There are shorters out there who are short millions of shares of ATIP who don't have to disclose. They don't have to tell anybody. And so they're quietly sitting here going, hey, what's going on with this? Where's this buying coming from? Who's this? What's going on?
This maniac?
What are these people doing? And they're not like, it's not like one guy. It's orders from all over the place because you don't have an account at one brokerage firm. You're all over the place. And so these little nibbles are coming in. And I would not be surprised if there are some shorters right now who need hundreds of thousands of shares right now and can't get it. Why can't they get it? There's nothing available for sale. We've only traded 51,000 shares. If there were 5 million for sale right now, you would all be filled at 51 cents. You'd get all you want. They'd hit you with it. But there aren't sellers out there on ATIP. They're actually, ATIP people don't want to sell ATIP. They actually would like it to go higher, and they're willing to wait if they see the positive momentum going that direction. So there's where we're at. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up 15 cents today. Could easily do it. It's way oversold. Way oversold. This is just your old man speaking, homeless Canadian on a little tiny YouTube channel with 263 people watching him live. And some of those are nibbling up this stock right now. And it's up 2.5, 3 cents a share.
So anybody talking CFL this morning?
No, but you know what we're talking about today? You don't know this. Ryan Cohen. 2 things that happened this weekend.
Okay.
The first thing that happened was on Saturday, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal about Ryan Cohen. He was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
That was big. Then this morning, a YouTube video popped up, a 40-minute interview with Ryan Cohen.
Same, like the same interview that they based.
No, another
Okay,
interviewer.
Why is he so popular?
Think what's going on is Mr. Cohen may have decided that it is time to become more public, to rather than be a recluse and be hiding behind walls. I think he's decided bit by bit to go public and to come out to the public world to say, I'm here. Here's my philosophy. Here's what I'm about. Here's what I believe. Here's my position. Here's what I think's going on. Here's what I'm about. Now, he can't speak. He can't speak freely about everything. He has a non-disclosure agreement with Bed Bath & Beyond. He can't even talk about that. Even though he doesn't own shares anymore, he can't talk about Bed Bath & Beyond in detail. He'd like to. Will later when he's released from his restrictions. With GameStop, he's chairman. So he's certain things he can talk about, certain things he has to be, careful about. But it was refreshing, and it is wonderful, and he has an open invitation here anytime he wants to more than hang out with this gang.
Well, maybe just time has given him legitimacy.
There you go. So that was the big story today. So I put the link up to his interview today on this channel to let my viewers know, hey, you can pick this up and see what's going on. Let my people go. We're up 12 points on the Dow. Make it 10. We're down 8 on S&P. We're down 42 on NASDAQ. Oil down $4.60. This is a huge drop in the first 30 minutes of the market. What's going on with oil?
The end of November,
or how about what's not going on with oil? How about that? COVID-19 fears are resurfacing in China, by the way. Again, this is interesting. Oil is getting crushed. We were 93 a barrel 2 weeks ago. We're 75.99 right now, under 76.
Makes budgeting so much fun for this province.
Well, this province is an oil province. Texas, Oklahoma, the royalties, right? Yeah. But for a gallon of U.S. gas, going down. The U.S. gas prices are dropping here back into the 3s and 2s. They'll drop again. They will drop again. Anyway, there it is. The Credit Savage. I personally like the stock. ATIP is going places. I want to destroy the shorts. There you go. Let's destroy the shorts.
There's that.
I'm just saving ATIP from getting delisted, says Blair. ATIP chief people officer bought 45,000 shares a few days ago. Insiders of ATIP are buying the stock with their own money. Hello?
Exactly.
McFly? Hello, McFly? Is anybody home? Hello?
People that it's not the big averaging down that the public is doing because they got their stock. It's insider stock. They probably got it at a very cheap price. So they're just buying it because they like it.
They're buying it because they're looking at it at 55 cents going, no, then we're not going to stay down here.
Yeah, exactly.
When this stock is $15 a share, I, as an insider, am up 30 times my money. Hello?
But, for us, we can look at it and go, that's a real nice average down.
This is an average. Look, Going Commander just brought my average down to 102. Come on, ATIP.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is your chance to bring your average down dramatically. I mean, big time. You got 1,000 shares of ATIP with an $8 average. Why don't you buy a couple of thousand shares for $1,000 and now sit on 3,000 shares with your average down at what, 3 something, 2 something? I mean, come on, this is huge. This can really make a no-brainer
if you can just do that and tuck it away in a corner.
Yes, and that's what I've been saying to my viewers. You got a couple of bucks lying around. You got 500 lying around. You can get 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares. If 1,000 of my viewers each buy 1,000 shares of this stuff, that's 100,000 shares off the street.
Can you imagine?
That right there will move at 20 cents. But my viewers don't do that. I have viewers that will buy 3, 5, 10, 15,000 each.
Yeah.
And that is a couple of million of buying power could come in here in the next week or two. This stock could be one bid in no time. And all of a sudden, my viewers are going, I'm almost even on this.
Well, really?
Really.
And like we were saying, to go from 50 cents to $1.
It's a nothing burger.
That hard.
This is a nothing burger.
You can double your money.
Yeah, we're at 52.9 right now. We're jumping around as we should.
There's nothing
we
to say
will.
It's not going to go down to 35 before. But boy, it's getting close.
You're playing against some hedge fund players. You're playing against some day traders.
Yeah.
But you know what? You are legitimate buyers. You are the real deal. You're not pretenders.
Right.
You're actually fans of this thing. And just pick this stuff up and put it away. Take the stock off the street.
Yeah.
So the street has less stock to manipulate. and that screws up their big plan. And I'm blown away by how many shorters are daring you where they're shorting it here. They think this is going to go lower than 50 cents. They think it's going to a dime. Well, these guys are naive as get up. They haven't got a clue what's going on. We got 140,000 traded, by the way. 55.2 right now. We're up 2.7 cents. What can I say? Got some dough lying around. Pick it up. Just buy it up. Catch some short traders with their pants down. You remember GameStop when it hit 272 a share? That was the all-time low of GameStop, 272 a share, and then the turnaround took it back to 4. Then it went to 6. Ryan Cohen came in at 8, went to 12, went to 20, gone. All the stock was picked up. Cohen picked up 14% of all the loose stock lying around. I'm just suggesting, kids, you can pick up thousands of shares of this stock for nothing with a couple of bucks. And, there's 207 million outstanding. There's a public float of 72 million. That's it. There's a public float of 72 million on this thing. It's worth $35 million. The public float is worth $35 million. I'm convinced that there's 10 plus million shorted on this thing all over the place. I'm certain of it, maybe more. You guys can catch some folks with their pants down real bad because down here to a buck is a nothing burger. The first 50 cents
short for them too.
Oh, well, it was.
Yeah.
But it's now going to be an expensive buyback because they're going to lose every dollar they've shorted. They're going to lose. Yeah. This goes to $1. You're going to have 20, 30 million in losses out there by people who can't afford that kind of money. And we're not talking about multi-trillion-dollar hedge funds picking on ATIP. It's too tiny for them. I'm talking about the hotshot $100,000 traders out there who've got $100,000 lying around, and they're multiplying it up, and they're trying to short this stock for a quick 5 cents a share, 10 cents a share. These guys, there are zillions of them. Gazillions of these guys who are going to get their butts handed to them. The key here is to buy up the paper and turn them around into buyers so that 1, they'll buy back their short position. 2, they'll go long with you. Now it's 150. Now you are catching other short traders with their pants down because they're going to go, damn it. Why didn't we buy this stuff back at 46, 48 cents when we had the chance back in November? Who's sleeping on this thing? And now we're $1.45, $1.55, $1.75. All of a sudden, oops. And then management comes out and says, oh, yeah, I personally own shares myself in the company way down here when everybody was trying to get out. I bought it up. Right now, you're also screwing up tax loss sellers big time. You're screwing them up big time. They sold at 40-something, and they want to get the big tax write-off, and now they see it trading at 53, 54, 55. And they're going, shoot. I wanted to get the tax write-off and buy this thing back next month at 45 cents. I just want to buy it back what I sold it for. No, you want back in, you pay the new admission price. Prices have gone up, people. Called inflation. Yeah, it's called more than that. Yeah, anyway, 54 cents.
There you go.
Fun times. Oh my gosh. Oh, the havoc we can create. 56.3 cents a share right now, just short of the high of the day, 53.9, just short of the high of the day. How about that action? Good old ATIP. Oh, my goodness. Mama. Who would have thought that little old stock markets with Bruce could have that kind of power? But it does. Don't underestimate this. Don't underestimate my viewers. Don't underestimate them, people. Don't underestimate. You have no idea who you're messing with. 56.4 up 3.9 on 167,000 shares. How about that? Oh, yeah. Stock that will never come back. Oh, my goodness gracious. How about that? Fun times. This Greta Savage is saying, Alex, 55 cents is a way better entry point than $5. There you go. Trucker Tech just got 3,600 at 56 cents. I don't get paid till Friday. ATIP will be $1,000 by then. Alex, this has dividend. This has the dividend. This has the divided opinion. I'm not sure what's going on. Picked up 1,400. Let's go, says Mandu. I got 1,400 ATIP. Pick home. I see it being easier for ATIP to go up to $1. Alex criticizes, oh yeah, I'm all about the leverage. Pick home 50% growth. Credit Savage, quick, Nick, buy 1 million ATIP right now. Swear, I have now a 77.5 cent unit cost on 300 ATIP, says Swear. When I write now the 2-year out call near 1.5, I get 30% of the money in cash to work with, hopefully. The Credit Savage of Wall Street, buy 1 million shares, Nick. Quick, hurry. JR, Nick can take him out if anyone can. He can do it. Anyone can do it. He can do it. 57 cents on ATIP. The high of the day was just touched for a moment. There you go. It will jump around, okay? This isn't a straight up shot. It's going to do this. So just
not a straight line.
put in your stink bids, see if you can get it, pick it up, put it away, do what you can, and enjoy the show. There are people here who are nervous. There are people in this market who are now getting nervous right now. The stock's up 4.5%. That's a 9% move on the upside. The Dow's off 22. ATIP is up 9% today. Hello, something's different here. Something doesn't belong. Yes, it's like Sesame Street, isn't it? Alberto, 22,067 cent average now. Let's go. Way to go, Alberto. Anything over 67 cents, Alberto's richer.
There you
You
go.
got LaMarcus, Hi Uncle Bruce, and gang. May I ask your opinion on the current 2-year low stock prices of Tesla value stock? Well, we've got Mr. Musk with a $44 billion problem. And he's got his attention elsewhere. And Tesla's down to 173, and I think it's going under 150.
There's more options in the vehicle market now.
Well, yeah, his company is not in trouble with regards to sales, but his attention span is in big trouble, and he is coming off as such a great smart manager all of a sudden. Interesting. Flint Creek, one of my account averages 58 cents, says Flint Creek on ATIP. Nice. Credit Savage Birdie, buy another 1 million. I'm in for 5,000 shares now. Buying my popcorn today. Deuce Caboose. ATIP gross revenue ending 2019 under normal conditions was 785 million. Annualized 22 revenue, 585 million. They had a profit back in 19, small, but a profit. A Deuce Caboose. If they get back to normal, you could have a winner here. Splair, I hope it'll get to 1.5 in some weeks. I want to write calls with a lot of time on this stuff. Marcus, Tesla could go to 150 or even lower. Bobby, joined the fund, another 100 total. I got 600 ATIP. Nick, Marcus Bauman, yeah. Nick, Marie, buy ATIP, value stock. Credit Savage, Tesla, anyone asks, it's going to $100, son. Tiff, Marcus, we still miss you on the Discord server, by the way. Alberto, the credit on it. There you go. People picking it up. 56.6, I think we had 57 already. Giddy up on ATIP. Pick up the bargains right at the heart of tax loss selling time. This is the time to buy this stuff. There's been artificial reasons to sell it. Well, guess what? Artificial reasons to buy it. But there are real reasons to really buy it now. Nobody wants it. Buy it up. Take it up. Go and get it. Take it away from people. They don't want to have it, then take it back. Give it back to them later at a higher price. They'll be grateful.
There's always two stories. There's the company story and there's the stock story.
There you have it. Right there. There's 40 years of experience there talking. That's right. How's that possible? How do you have 40 years experience? You're only 37 years old.
I know. I learned quickly.
How is it that your hip is so beat up? You're only 37 years of age. Were you like a professional?
No, congenital hip displacement.
Oh. Runs in the family.
Right from the beginning.
Born with it.
I was born that way.
Jennifer thanks you all for your donations to her.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
The Get Jennifer Well Fund is coming together quite amazingly.
You guys.
We thank you. We're blown away by you guys. Soon as ATIP reaches $10 a share, I know the donations will be even larger. There you go. 20 times your money. Way to go.
Is it because of all the physical therapy I need?
Of course.
Making the company more viable.
You're going to need new running shoes, new sneakers, because you're going to be out there. And
that's right.
You got to wear that Palm Desert outfit. You can't just go out of the condo looking like a schlep from Canada. You got to have that.
I'm
Palm
not
Desert
wearing
look.
that little white tennis outfit. That's not ever going to happen.
I was kind of fantasizing about that myself. Well, we'll talk about that.
That's not happening.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Well, all those events we're going to have to go to, all those public events, the hottest couple in Palm Desert, that
Exactly.
that YouTuber with the hot wife,
That short YouTuber.
that short YouTuber with the hot Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, that where he talks to investors and they just make scads of money on the markets. Well, paparazzi will be waiting for us wherever we go.
People, we've had those meet and greets. People who have met us, they really wonder about your sanity when you talk like that.
Yeah, you want to see what Jen looks like, you're going to have to come to a meet and greet. But then again, the paparazzi will be all over us. And when we go to our local Albertson store and we go to Costco, they'll be waiting for us.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
I mean, you've already seen the evidence. It's already been out there. I mean, it's not like we've been hiding. Here we were last year, right there. There's Jen with her going out for groceries dress and getting me to wear a suit and tie and those titanium add-ons for my feet there to get me up higher. You know how it is.
Drywaller stilts.
You notice how she's holding on to me, keeping me from falling over. But there's the Tesla and looking at the latest bagel store location. What can I say? And then of course she holds on to me here. I'm teetering on the edge there. You can just see how I'm teetering, going, oh, I'm falling. And I'm so happy to be out there. I mean, Jen Ray, I love when she wears these low-cut dresses. I mean, whew, look at that. You should see the view I have. You think you got a good view. Think about me. I get to look down there. Not bad, not bad at all. Thank you all for your kind words. 56 cents on the old ATIP. How about the ATIP? It's rocking and rolling. We've had 221,000 trade today.
So did you want me to just guess what kind of bagel you want?
Well, I think I've reached the end of Jen's patience. What do you think?
I have other tables. Let's go.
Go. Other tables. Yes. I think today's Jelly Day. It's Monday.
There you go.
We're closed on Thursday, they
yes,
say.
We are.
We're open on Friday. And I've told people if they want to have a one-on-one with me, I might be able to accommodate you Thursday if you're a U.S. Citizen or whatever. You got the day off and you've got time to hang out with me. Let me know. I'll see what I can do. Jen hasn't told me what to do yet on Thursday. Sunday for sure, but that'll be the last time from Canada, and then we'll keep you posted from there. So that's the story. Okay, thank you, Miss Jennifer, so much. We're holding a 47-point gain on the Dow Jones right now. And we got another donation that just came in. Jen just left the room. Ho, 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 says the message from who from Israel. Thank you, my friend. You are, beyond unbelievable. Thank you, my friend, for that incredibly generous donation. It just pales in comparison to others. It's unbelievable. Thank you yet again for that. You are above and beyond an angel to us. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for all the kind words and encouragement and all that for Jen. We're excited. We are, we're more excited than fearful. We can't wait for it to happen. By the way, 197 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for 197 thumbs ups. Thank you. Appreciate it. Credit sandwich. I can't post that message. I'd like to, but I just can't. I just don't want to go there. You understand, though. I know you know. We're at 56 now on ATIP, up 3.6 cents. Tesla is at 173.90, down 6.29. Apple 255, lower at 148.74. GameStop 27.27, down 33 cents here. The low on GameStop today has been 20. I think it's 26.61. So we've just bounced off that low a few minutes ago. A volume of 610,000 on GameStop, which is 152,000 pre-split. Very quiet. We've got SoFi at 503, down 15 cents. HPQ down 53 to 28.95. Amazon down 171 to 92.27. Home Depot up 3.18, Cisco up 6, Pfizer down 45 cents, Netflix down 2.77, IBM up 7 cents, Microsoft down 76, Vanik down 3.59, Adobe down 6.52. Goldman is down 1.94. Google down is up 6 cents. Google's up just 6. We've backed off here. Boeing down 1.20. Moderna down 3.64, approaching $4. Meta down 1.30. ME is down 7.5. Rocket Lab down 9. Matterport down a dime. SmartRent down 5.5. Spire's up 1 penny. Cyxtera is down 11 cents. Royal Caribbean down 62 to 58.07. Bed Bath Beyond down 13 cents. Carvana down 85 cents to 7.21. They are laying off more staff over there. They're in trouble. Robinhood down 22 cents, 8.97. BlackBerry down 15. Norwegian and Carnival are off 19 cents each. Target down 4.21. JP Morgan down 46 cents. Costco down 43 cents right now. Over on Walmart up 14. Disney up 6.38, trying to recover from this terrible drop in the last month. We were at the 108 level. Now we were as low as 86 bucks something. Now 98. Wishful thinking that this is a fast turnaround. Not going to happen. On Nvidia down $1.40. American Airlines at 14.02, down 3 cents. The AMC APE combo down 41 cents to 8.57. Seems to be where we're at right now. Snowflake down $4, 142. Yep. DraftKings 15.04, down a penny. Down we go. All right, back to the top here. The Dow now, I think, is off 44 points. It is negative. We're down 15 on S&P, 75 on NASDAQ. Oil 374 lower at the moment to 76.34. Real negative vibe on oil today that kicked in just after we started trading. It just kicked right in. I don't know what's going on. Uncle Bruce, what do you think about my HBQ $28 strike that expires May 23? I got $4.90 when I sold it. Should I hold through the earnings? Okay, so HBQ is $28.89 and it's down 59 cents. So you're only 89 cents in the money on this thing. It's obviously much lower than $4.90. I would sit back and just let this market have a backing off. We have not had a sell-off yet of any significance. We really haven't. And I'm looking for 1,000 Dow points or more in a 1 week time frame, like maybe 1,500 points and then another 1,000 the week after or more. I'm waiting for the pullback. We haven't got it yet. And HBQ could get sucked in on the vortex to 25, 25 and a half. Could bring your calls down dramatically. And so sit tight. You have no reason to flinch. You got May contracts. Theoretically, if this stock wants to back off into the 26s, you might go to February contracts. Maybe you'll go to February 26s. You'll buy back your calls for super cheap and write 26s for more, but only February expiry. We'll see. There's a lot of possibilities. You could write new February contracts that might be 26s or 25s. We'll see just what the stock is going to show us. Nick, I am number 177. Just woke up. What did I miss? We're buying ATIP, Nick. We're all buying it up. We're scooping up ATIP because we think we can take tax loss sellers to the cleaners. These folks who sold this stock between 46 and 60 cents a share, they all wanted to buy it back a month from now. I think they're getting caught short. I also believe that we're in the middle of catching a bunch of short sellers with their pants down. These are people who don't understand that you short a stock from 8 to 5 to 4, but you don't short a stock from 60 cents to 40 cents to 10 cents. You're going to get caught potentially with a whipsaw the other direction. Anyway, we're at 56.3 on ATIP, and that's what we're saying. Alberto, Nick, we've been snatching up ATIP, and we've been driving up the price. That's how Alberto says it. I'm trying to be diplomatic about it. Alberto just comes out and says, we're buying up the stock. That's it. These idiots have to be taught a lesson, and that's what's going to happen. Okay, Credit Savage, I totally understand. Don't worry. When I have time, I'll just go on my channel and rant about those dummies. Credit Savage of Wall Street. Nick asks, quick, buy $1 million ATIP. Bobby, those fantasies are what causes hip problems. There you go. Alberto Stink submitted for another 80 shares of Tesla at 170. Let's go, Rugman. Beach Boy, Flint Creek. Sorry, no soap for me yet. Next, Alberto, should I adjust my stink bid to lower? Says Alberto. DQ, I'm the buy wall at 56.07. That's where I'm at right now. Well, I was. Tessie Duncan Bruce is running the market. DQ 6,000 more, 56.07. It's Credit Savage Wall Street. Birdie, go to 167.91. There you go. Oh, Jen, thank you.
Do you want me to take this away?
Yes, and you missed this. This came in as you were walking out. This popped in.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, from you know who.
I know who.
We know who. Yeah, I think you can see your elbow right there. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the good one. That's very good. Very strong.
Okay.
There you go. Ho, ho, ho.
Go Rugman.
Go Rugman. There it is. There it is. She's loving it. Mirko Beach Boy, I once had a Christmas card from friends in the U.S. arrive in February here in Germany. I guess they deliver it with a rowing boat. There's that too. Yeah, that happens. We're down 94 on the Dow now. We're now at the low of the day on the Dow. We've got S&P down 23, NASDAQ down 100 points. So the NASDAQ is down 0.93 of a percentage point, low of the day. We're down 0.6 of a point on S&P. Dow's down 1/4 of a point. Oil down $4, down 5%. Oil is down 5%. Okay, that is what's going on right here, right now on this market. Thank you all for joining us. Who are you going to call, says JR Tiff? Where does the selling pressure from SoFi come from? I don't know. No, it's 400 million out there, so I don't know. 502 last trade. ATIP, 56.2 cents a share, up 3.7 cents right now. The high of the day, 57 cents. Volume looks like 259,000. I could be wrong on this, but it appears to be about 259,000. 56.2 last trade. I just put in a buyer for 5,000 ATIP, says Nick. I just picked some up. There you go. He's picking some up too. Cheers, everybody. It's bagel time. Oh, yeah. Beautiful stuff. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, everybody. 56.2 on ATIP. Nick wants to know, what else should I buy today? Ed, got a partial fill, 900 on my ATIP. I'm trying to get 2,000. Alex, Nick, great job. Nick, covered my Amazon short today. Nick, if it drops, I'll buy another 5,000. Tiff, Nick, SoFi is cheap today. And our Rocket Lab, our KB dropped quite a bit over the last month. Beach Boy, Mirko, Lavalot, at least those soaps don't have expiry date, do they? Hopefully not. Let's hope not. Oh my gosh. Nibblers are out there. Oh man, is this good? This is delicious. Fantastic. Uncle Bruce, what programs or apps do you use to follow options and financial news? And I'm all over the place. To watch my quotes, I don't subscribe to a quote service. I have on my Apple phone here in Canada, we get Yahoo Finance, I think it's an automatic app. So I've just keyed in some stocks on the app and I watch those. I watch marketwatch.com on my big ass iPad and on my computer. I also watch Wall Street Journal. I follow the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, CNBC. I follow Of course, I follow the YouTube community a little bit, see what's being said out there. I got Twitter headlines that come across all the time, whether I like them or not. They just come across now. And then I've got my viewers here, and I occasionally I'll hear something on TV, perhaps or not. I mean, I get it from all over the place. I really do. For my options, I just get option quotes off of MarketWatch. They're 10 minutes delayed, but I get a pretty good idea where they're at. I don't trade myself, so I don't have to worry about minute to minute, second to second results. Since I'm not a trader, I'm just a commentator. And so that's generally how I've been doing it since day one. Oh, those sesames. The sesame seeds are perfect. I got my 408 ATIP right up. I need to short something. What should I short? What to short? Give me a minute. Now I feel small with only 300 units. Wing Commander bought more HIP. Make me stop, please. JJ and Nick S. Coinbase. You may want to short Coinbase. I don't know about that, but it's come down a long way. Oh boy. Well, we're negative on the Dow. 75 points. 85. We're down 85 on the Dow, quarter of a point. Nasdaq is triple that, down over 0.8% now. ATIP, 56.2 cents a share is the last trade of the stock now. I'm trying to get an update on volume. It's a little slow right now. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Mirko, what about Netflix? Should it go back to 250 short term, in my opinion? Credit average, the GameStop is coming down. Let's go, Rugman. Nick, tried. No shares available to short, he says. GameStop, $26.95, down 65 cents now on the session. Volume on GameStop today is, last I saw was 610,000. I think we have more than that going through. I'm a little behind here. My app, for whatever reason, is not reacting properly. I got my apps on my phones right now giving me squawks. I'm just going to reload them and see if this does any good or not. There we are, $26.95 on GameStop. But I'm showing now 332,000 volume on GameStop. I don't know if that's accurate or not. 2660 is a low. 2680 is where we're at. We're down 80 cents now on GameStop. Seem to be running into more selling. The Dow off 88 points. ATIP 56.2 cents. Volume last I saw was 262,000. I don't know if that's accurate. You folks may have better access to quotes than I have right now. Oil, 75.90. Tanking. Oil is getting crushed. Down 5.2% this morning on oil. GameStop 26.80. The low of 26.61. We're right around that low of the day range on GameStop. I'm showing about 700,000 traded according to MarketWatch, 800,000 according to Yahoo Finance. 26.84 down 72 cents on GameStop at the moment. ATIP 56.2, up 3.7 cents. Flint Green doesn't understand why Beach Boy doesn't have the soap. Nick shorted Netflix, 1,000 shares, 285. Trucker Tech Nick, Google should be a good short, if not now, then soon. Trucker Tech Nick, Amazon looking weak today as well. Splitter, in my case, at least the charts are still glitchy. Nick, okay, shorted Google, average 97.55. Tiff, is there a reason why Cyxtera dropped from 15 to 2 in such a short period of time? Wish I had the answer to that question. I'd be very rich if I knew that was coming. No, I don't like it. I don't like it down here. But it is down here. Okay. Nick DeMaurier, I'm convinced Nick S controls the market. We're down 92 on the Dow, 23 on S&P, 100-point drop on NASDAQ. Okay. Chevron and Dow Chemical are dropping the Dow lower. They're causing the Dow to be low because Dow uses oil for all kinds of chemicals and refining and what have you. And Chevron, of course, energy company. GameStop, 26.69, going lower. ATIP, 55.6, up 3.7 cents today. Oh boy, that was delicious. Oh, that bagel with that grape jelly on there. Oh. Here's a goofy headline. This is goofy. It's on Barron's. Oil drops on a report that OPEC is considering increasing its output. Really? They would just decrease their output 2 weeks ago. What's with these guys? I just don't believe a word these guys say. Don't believe it. Oh my. All righty. Gowdy, I'm seeing red. Okay, reshorted Amazon, one average 91.68, says Nick. Spare, maybe because I mentioned it here at 12 after everyone had forgotten about it and shorters had seen the big money in it. Kaiser, so we know people get out of the markets on Fridays. Well, what about the holiday Thanksgiving? Maybe another holiday celebrated around the world would be a good example. Perhaps, my friend, you never know. These markets used to be so much more predictable than they are now. Because in the old days, when I was your broker, you used to have to call a guy like me to place a trade. And in those days, when the long weekend came, when Thanksgiving came, if I were an American-based stockbroker, and if I had any, if I had 5 or 10 years of experience under my belt, I'd leave the office Wednesday and be on an airplane Wednesday at noon hour to wherever I'm going, say Vegas or Florida or wherever I'm headed, and I would leave the office, my assistants to handle my calls, knowing that there are no calls Thursday because we're closed. And Friday, there will be limited activity, and my assistants can handle it, and they can always get a hold of me on an emergency. And then there's Friday and Saturday, and then we're back on Monday, and I would be back Monday morning. And there were a lot of people in those days, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, where we would take off on the whole week. The week before, we'd be gone Friday afternoon. We'd be on a flight Friday night to wherever we're going. And we start Saturday until the next Sunday when we go home again. And that includes Thanksgiving. Those are the good old days. Today, you guys can trade without me. You don't need a guy like me anymore to do your trades for you, to help guide you through the market orders or limit orders or whatever. You're now doing your own trades yourself. And that means on Friday this week, it could be an active day, because not only are you guys off yourselves, you probably aren't working on Friday in America, you're with friends, family, and other acquaintances, and you might be comparing notes between each other about the markets. And that can encourage trading as well, because people compare. That's what I got. Here's what I did. Here's what I did. That can happen right there as well. Wouldn't surprise me in the least if that takes place. So Friday could be an actually active day, because so much of the retail trading is now done remotely through apps, not done at all through any kind of brokerage system, firm, anything like that. That's kind of where we're at. All right. So much tax loss harvesting going on. Lovely. Yep, there's tax loss selling. Tesla down $7.40 a share to $172 now. Apple $148 down $3. GameStop down 84 cents to $26.76. 26.73 has been 26.63 has been issued here. It's been gone through here. The low of the day now 26.52 on GameStop. So the lower trend, 504 on SoFi. I'm sure there's tax loss selling there going on. HBQ 28.87 down 61. There's got to be tax loss selling there. The stock was $41 this year. So there are people out there who are going to take a loss. They're going to lock it in if they can. Nick S. Uncle Bruce, I have a profit on 1100 GameStop, 21 April 2023, $30 strike. I sold it for $5.97. Should I take it and buy long shares or wait? What is your thought on that? GameStop contracts, April 30s. Let's take a look. April 21 30s. Here we go. April. Okay, $30 calls. Those calls are $5.90 bid. Is that accurate? I'm finding that a little hard to swallow, but it kind of looks like it. Yeah, it looks like $5.90 bid on this. You sold them for $5.97. April 2023. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do anything here. I just sit tight and not do anything right now. Let this market back off. Let's see what we got. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look here at something else. Curious. Yeah, like the Novembers are 33 cents. And these were, you said April's, right? Okay. Let's take a look at the March contracts. March 30s are 5.30 bid, and April's are, we say, at 5.90 bid right now for 30s. Yeah, I just sit tight here. Just sit tight. Depreciation's coming your way, and stock slippage is happening in the meantime, obviously. HBQ 28.95 down 52. Amazon down 50. $2.50 a share. Cisco up 3 cents. Home Depot up 2.86. Pfizer down 23 cents. Netflix $2.84. IBM down 16 cents. Amazon, yeah, down 250 to 91.64. Way to go, Nick. Down 90 on the Dow. ATIP 55 even right now, up 2.5 cents. Volume today, I still can't get an update. 282,000, something like that. 282,000 right now, up 2.5 cents on ATIP. Tesla 171.95, and down we go. We got Apple down 288, GameStop 26.60 now. More selling coming in on GameStop here as we're approaching lower lows. 26.60, the low of the day 26.52 from what I can tell you right now. And SoFi 504 down 13. All right. Milk haulers work 24/7, 365. Cows don't ever take days off, even though they should at least once a year, please. That's right, trucker. You're never going to get laid off, ever. Beach Boy, Flint Creek, guess next time is the Amazon Prime special delivery, UPS, FedEx, or nothing. By the way, dogs, groomer ordered next day, already here. Go figure. Unbelievable. Trucker Tech. Nick, I sold the same expiry strike 28.75s. Some profit roughly. I'm looking for a $2,000 profit. Nick, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Nice going, Trucker Tech. Says Nick. Susan, okay, just got ATIP at 56 cents. 1,000 shares in 3 accounts, 2 Roth accounts, 1 taxable account. Hope I didn't buy at the high. Laughing out loud. Right on. Coyote, I went vegan to give the cows days off. There you go. Coyote's doing the best he can for the cows. There you go. 55 cents last trade on ATIP. Down 98 points on the Dow Jones now. GameStop is 26.63, having a drop here. Trying to keep an eye on this market. Down 97 cents now. 26.62, 98 cent drop. Down 100 on the Dow. 22.5 on S&P. 102 on NASDAQ. Oil down 4.37 a barrel to 75.71. Big drop today on oil. All kinds of crazy rumors going on here. Anyway, for the cows, says Coyote, for the cows. I'm doing everything for the cows. A 1/3 of 1% drop on the Dow Jones. A 1% drop on NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is triple the loss. So that would put the Dow down 340 points if we matched it. So will this happen as the day wears on? And one railroad union rejects labor contract. Possible strike creeps closer. If one railroad is going on strike, they're all going to go. This is coming closer and closer. See how this plays out. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see how this plays itself through. 26.54 on GameStop. The low is 26.52. We are approaching the low of the day a second time. We might go into new lower trading ranges on GameStop. 26.52 is the low of the day, and we're just within a dime of that right now as I speak. Volume has been under 1 million, 978,000. So we're still under 250,000 pre-split volume. This is dead volume here. Cannot hold these prices. This kind of volume doesn't work. And this is why it is, in my opinion, so important for Ryan Cohen to begin the idea of speaking to the public. That would be a really good thing. Keep this up. Just, mention how optimistic you are and long-term plans, cost cutting. We're focused. We're determined to make this profitable, a very profitable company. Just that kind of talk is all it takes from the man himself. Would help. We're down 124 on the Dow. We're now at a new low of the day, I believe, on the Dow Jones. Let me triple check this. Yeah, we're approaching this low right now. Yeah, we're at the low of the day on the Dow roughly at the moment. Just off about 120 at the moment. GameStop 26.59. We are pushing the low there as well. 55 cents even on ATIP, even in this sell-off. Tesla down to 170.75. Down goes Tesla further. Apple 147.89 down 340. SoFi 502 down 15. HPQ 28.91 down 57 cents. Putting those deep in the money calls cheaper to buy. and more opportunities to write. Keep an eye on your rollovers and see what happens. Amazon 91.37 down 277. I think we're pushing about the low of the day here. Waiting to see if this uploads. We got a 26.60 trade now on GameStop here. We're 8 cents from the low of the day. The low of the day on Amazon is 91. We're at 91.70. I think we're at the low of the day on Amazon right now. I think this is the low of the day on Amazon. HD is up 3.30. Cisco up down 3 cents. Pfizer down 24. IBM down 21. We got red coming in. We still got a 44-cent gain on Microsoft, but we've backed off from 244 to 241, and we're going lower on Microsoft. Vanik down 4.59. Adobe down 9.34 to 3.21. We were approaching 3.55 last week on Adobe. Goldman 3.56 lower. Google down 57 cents. Boeing down 2.24. Moderna down 4.10. Meta down 2.29. ME down 9. Rocket Lab down 18. Matterport down 11. SmartRent down 5 cents. Spire up 1 penny. Cyxtera down 14 cents. Over here on ATIP, we're looking at now a 55-cent last trade on that stock. Okay. And what do we got here? Yeehaw, says Splair. GME puts that I bought today are 5% already in the green. Hope it is looking to catch 20, 30%. Nick, Beach Boy, especially when they play the Chariots of Fire song. Deuce Caboose, SoFi about to go sub 5 again. Come on, man. 503, a Splair. And just in case, I'm wishing you all a relaxed day. Thank you, Splair. Susan Shops about Spruce. Should we be looking to write on ATIP or should we wait? I'm thinking we should wait. Yeah, you don't write on ATIP. Just buy ATIP. Just buy it. Pick up ATIP with some loose change that you have lying around every couple of days or every week or so. Nibble up some more. Just nibble it up. Nibble it up. Take it off the street. Put it away. Tuck it away. That's the game plan. Bought a call a couple of weeks back on Tesla. 165 strike expires Friday. I'm like in Las Vegas at the roulette wheel. Not financial advice. Apple don't pull me for a gay. Yeah, not a good idea there. Beach Boy Nick, yeah, and what is this? Conquest of Paradise. Nick, Merkel, thanks on the Netflix tip on the profit, almost $2,000. Should I take it or wait? What to do on the Netflix? Well, right now, Amazon at 91.22 and Netflix 283.24 down 475 and a straight drop right now. Low of the day 282.95. We're trading at 27 times earnings on Netflix, and I don't think they're going to make that. I think the stock's going lower. 103 down dip on the Dow is the current market here. 26 points lower on S&P. NASDAQ down 122 and oil down $4.26 to $75.82. This is from a $93 level 2.5 weeks ago, now to 75. That's 18 bucks. That's 20% off on oil. Could that translate to a 20% drop at the gas pump? Where were you a couple of weeks ago? Were you at $3.80 a gallon a couple of weeks ago? Were you at $3.50 a gallon? If you were at $3.50 less 70, that's $2.80 a gallon. Is that where we're headed in the next couple of weeks? $2.80? Could you go from $3.30 to $2.50? Oh, I don't know. I'm just asking. Interesting, isn't it? Price of oil is dropping, and there you have it. Okay. We got a 55-cent last trade on ATIP, and the low of the day was, I think, 50. The high 57, last to 55. 282,000 volume today. That's interesting on ATIP. A 126 drop on the Dow. Tesla down 950 to 170.70. Apple down 336, 147.92. GameStop 26.61 to 26.63 right now on your GameStop. We have reached the 2-hour window for this telecast. We're at 214 thumbs ups as well. You guys are incredible today. Thank you, all of you who are here. Those of you who have, in the last few days, those of you who have subscribed to this channel, I thank you. Whether you've become members of this channel at the Chillin' with Uncle Bruce level or Gold Bagel level membership, thank you all for joining this channel. A number of you are renewing automatically. You just tell YouTube, just renew me every month. Just renew me. I'm not leaving this guy. Others of you do it manually. by yourselves once in a while, and I appreciate those of you who come back to us. If you're a lurker and you want to become an active member of this chat group right here, become a member, and you get to use all the emojis, including the incredible, undeniably powerful emoji known as the knee emoji. The Knights of Knee emojis are legendary on this channel. I thank you, all of you who are using those to help better yourselves and improve your performance for your accounts. Thanks for backing this channel. Those of you watching my classes, hey, you guys are learning how to write call options, and you truly want to quit your day job. You really do. I get it. I am so proud of those of you who are working on that, who contact me for one-on-ones, and we talk about how to get you out of your day job. It's exciting, it's gratifying, and I love it when folks respond to me and say, it's happening. It's happening, man. I can't believe the speed of which this is working. My days are numbered at the office. I can tell you right now, I am out of here. So proud of you who are taking those classes and learning how this works. There are 14 classes now to enjoy on the website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. Head over there and start watching those classes immediately and get familiar on how to write stock options on your stocks and your ETFs. This is easy money, free money, free money, free, no cost. You can use it right now, take money off the table immediately, and buy Christmas presents or whatever you want. They're handing it to you fast as they can. Take this cash. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. When did shorting come to an existence? Oh, gosh, from the beginning. Probably from the earliest days, from way back when. Thank you all so much. The only thing I can do to show appreciation right now is to put up some knee emojis of my very own, because some of you are already doing this. Richard has done it. Splair's doing it. Spicy Android is doing it. Here come the knee emojis. This market is uncontrollable. You cannot stop. Larry Titus knows. He had put up those knee emojis. When you pop up those knee emojis as a member of this channel, whether it's at the Gold Bagel level or the Chilling with Uncle Bruce level, you move markets. Trucker Tech knows, Mirko knows, DQ knows, DH Ruda knows. They know. You don't mess with these guys. They know. Constantine knows what happens. When you use the knee emojis from the Knights of Knee, these markets will do as you say, because you are all powerful now. And they go the direction you want it to be going. DQ, DH, thank you guys. Rugman, that's it. Here we go. Even Rugman loves it when we use the knee emojis. It gives the Rugman even more power to pull that shag carpet out from underneath the feet of the unsuspecting. How about that? Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, save a spot for a one-on-one with me Thursday afternoon, please. Let's see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Send me emails, everybody. If you want to have a one-on-one on Thursday or Sunday this week, let me know, because after this weekend, we aren't here anymore. We are south, and we've got to get set up down there, so give us some time to organize. But we've got this Thursday and this Sunday available for one-on-ones. Neat. The Knights of Knee have spoken. Bring us some elderberries. Thank you all. Down 114 on the Dow. ATIP 55.1 cents on ATIP. Tesla 170, down 980 now. Going under 170, it looks like. Apple 148. We're going to drop under 148. GameStop 26.55. We are at the low again. We're right in this neighborhood here. The low 26.52. We're at 26.55 right now. We are coming in with selling again on GameStop. SoFi 503 up 15. HPQ down 55 to 28.93. Amazon down 319. HD up 278. Cisco up 9 cents. Pfizer down 23. Netflix down 459. We've got selling coming in here, and we're watching a lot of stuff at the same time. Cut down the largest tree in the forest with a herring. DQ, thank you for the herring remark. There you go. All right, kids, I will see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the final hour of trading today. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for 223 thumbs ups. Not bad. We only have 190 here watching right now. 223 thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. Thank you for that participation. I'll see you at 3 o'clock Eastern time, final hour. And some of you, I'll join you tonight on Traveling with Bruce at 7 and at 8 o'clock tonight Eastern time. If you're in the neighborhood, say hi to us over there. Very good, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Let's have some fun this afternoon and get through this first day of the week, a short week. Easy money being thrown out by option traders. Oh, it's good stuff. Larry, thanks, pal. Appreciate that. Come on, GameStop, go to 24. I need 100 more, says Credit Savage. There you go. Take it easy, Uncle B. Larry, I'll see you in the afternoon. You got it, guys. Thank you for your support. I'll catch you later today. Go markets, go. Neat, neat, neat.